is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the Friday podcast. I am so close on the mouse at the moment to click on this headline. RayGun doesn't look like this anymore.
Go on, do it. Have a look. Have a look.
I don't know. Has she shaved her head?
Don't do it.
Has she shaved her head?
No.
Is she sporting a mullet?
I can tell you what it is. She's fully transitioned into a kangaroo.
Because all I can remember her from, I still think she's wearing the Australian tracksuit from Paris. I'm pretty sure there's no way she would have changed, would she, into something else?
Don't go changing.
I don't know, mate.
Oh, it's a big one. RayGun doesn't look like this anymore. If you want to find out what she looks like now, listen to the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
The art of the handshake. And I think everyone looks at it differently. To play a bit of Metro Station, this is Shake It. What a great song.
I'm a bit angry with the handshake, Fitz, because ever since it evolved from just a straight handshake, it's created a grey area of not knowing where the other person might go. It's a 50-50 each time. And when you get it wrong, there's nothing uglier.
Well,
it's
nothing uglier. Something with an awkward high five.
Where I grew up, down the footy club, it is the bit of a slap. It's a pop. You go in for the pop, and if you can pop on a handshake, it's a great feeling.
what's a pop?
You know, with the air, you create like an air pocket. You
sort of go in on a 45-degree angle, Kate, and you come in from the side and go pop. Yeah, give one with
I'm trying. She's, when you're left hanging.
Oh no, we've had our quota of touching this morning.
Whoops.
How's this last night? And this leads into something else.
Oh.
But I went to a mate's farewell from his accounting firm. He'd been there for 20 years. I've known him for 20 years, and he was leaving his business, so they were having a few drinks for him. And he had a few of his clients there. One guy, Tomo, owns a landscaping business.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got the very hard hands whip because his whole life he's been working.
Manual.
They're big, thick hands, like wide palms.
Yeah, Kate, you know what? The days of moisturising his hands are over for him. He's had a tough life with his hands.
It wouldn't make sense.
No. So anyway, and you know what? He was quite a large guy, and I've gone in for the handshake, and he's come in really hard, and it's really tight. But there's something instantly in my mind. I knew something's wrong here because it felt a bit mushy, right? So we held on for quite a bit, and we introduced each other, and we're talking, and then we let go, and I'm having a conversation. How's business going? Has it dropped away a bit with cost of living and that? And he said, no, we're flat out. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't look at my hand because I'm looking at him in the eye, and I'm going, but something's happened here. So anyway, conversation goes for a minute and a half. He walks off. I look down at my hand, and my whole hand's covered in blood.
I thought you were going to say an arancini ball or something. The canapes.
So I didn't know what to do. And this is another subject I have to talk about. Do other people's blood freak you out? It doesn't for me.
Did it freak you out?
It didn't freak me out at all. I was fine with it. But then I felt compelled that I had to go and tell him, mate, your hand's bleeding.
Why was it bleeding?
Is it bleeding because of the cracks?
No, I ran over there and I said, Tomo, I'm so sorry, mate, but I'm just looking at my hand. I just went to go shake. And he goes, oh, my gosh, I am so sorry. He did it at work that day and it sliced his hand and the wound had opened up again. Ew. And as I've gone to shake it, I think it had opened up even more. And just bang, there was blood everywhere.
So if you told me that he had some sort of scab on his hand and a bit of pus had gone onto mine, I would be more offended than the blood. I'm not thrown by someone else's blood.
You prefer blood over pus?
Yeah.
Tommy,
I don't want manky.
Tommy, when you were studying to be a paramedic, when that first with blood, did it freak you out when you saw a copious amount of blood?
No, that was fine, but we did have a few people in my class who fainted.
That happens, doesn't it?
Which was not a good sign if you're going to be a paramedic that you were fainting at the sight of blood.
No.
Some people vomit. Yeah. 13, 24, 10. What happens to you? How do you react when you see blood? I've never seen a large amount of blood. Outside of where it's meant to be.
When you donate blood.
You think of diseases as well, and people. This is the thing: people freak out straight away and go, "Well, I'm going to catch whatever they have."
No, you're not.
They're a healthy person.
No,
that's fine.
Well, that happened in the AFL, didn't it?
Well, you have to come off the ground straight away. It's the same in any sport, isn't it? If you are bleeding, you come straight off the ground.
Yeah, well, they try and hide it, don't they?
Yep.
You watch the NRL and their
Wipe it
brow
away.
is like bust open.
Half their head's hanging off and they're just trying to
When do they
hold it back
bleed in
on.
the AFL?
Sorry?
When do they bleed in the AFL?
When you got people
there's
running.
A fair bit of, there's a fair bit of bleeding. But if 13, 24, 10, what was that first moment when you did see quite a bit of blood? What happened to you in that moment?
People
I'd love to
pass out a lot too at childbirth,
Who?
watching on fathers,
Why?
because
Fathers
they can't
do.
believe what they're seeing.
Well, their heart rate's up high, and it's
Yeah.
it's a
Oh, it must be awful for them.
It's more common than you think, Kate Ritchie.
Oh, it must just be awful.
no.
They
There's
go,
a lot of them
my
that pass out.
God, look at that.
Aren't you in awe?
Absolute awe.
Oh, I was in awe. I was fast asleep because it was 23
Snore.
hours in.
I was in snore.
I was in snore.
Absolute snore town.
I'd love to see a baby being born. I'd love to be a
filmed it.
midwife. I think if I have to study something after
Midwifery?
this. I mean,
Yeah.
not that, I love this. I love everything
Of course,
about
you
this
wouldn't want to move
career.
on yet.
But I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Anyway, good
Do
chat.
you want to go with
Kate.
blood, Fitz?
Yeah, let's go with that.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
RayGun update for everybody. Go. You know what? You suck me in straight away, Maley Dale, when you put up a headline. RayGun doesn't look like this anymore.
Oh, no one looks like this anymore, according to the Daily Mail.
Well, do you know what? It's weird, guys. She's taken off the Australian tracksuit from the Olympics. I thought she wore it everywhere.
She doesn't look like that
No
anymore.
way.
So I clicked onto the article.
Guy,
Ra-
gotcha. They gotcha.
RayGun doesn't look like this anymore. She's now put her hair into a ponytail and she's wearing a dress.
No way. Is that an exclusive?
That's an exclusive. She
Oh,
doesn't.
yeah.
She's on the cover of Stella this weekend.
She doesn't look exactly like she was when she was competing at the Olympics.
No
She's
way.
put on a different outfit and she's put her hair up into a ponytail.
But this is confusing because I don't know
I
if
don't
it's
get it.
RayGun or not.
No, I mean, put on the outfit, but at least do a little bit of kangaroo in the pose, I would have thought, for
Yes.
the front of Stella. Can I tell you, a guy I know, he reached out to her management and said, we'd love to get RayGun to come to our Christmas party.
What?
Because they're having I won't give away the theme of the party. Anyway, they wanted RayGun to come to the party because there's a dance element to the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Anyway, management said
When you say dance element, you mean a dance floor.
something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, management said, "Oh, look, I'm not sure that'll work." And the business said, "Well, we do have budget." So they opened the doors and invited a figure. And then it came back, no, RayGun's not interested. So a figure was never placed.
Did you?
Oh.
She was just no, she's not doing Christmas
what the
parties.
Have you heard as well that Rachel Gunn has tried again to trademark the name RayGun?
Oh,
This is to secure the name for use across a range of goods and services, including software, NFTs, clothing, entertainment. However, Gunn's efforts were derailed earlier. This is in the Daily Telegraph today, this month, when the Trademark Office issued an adverse report, effectively knocking back her claim. Apparently, there's a RayGun Limited out there that was there beforehand.
really?
So that was filed in 2017. It was later registered and published in 2019.
Yeah, it would be a gun that
What
shoots
is it?
lasers or something, like a ray.
I think
Gun.
they might be the people that have invented time travel.
What?
They went back, trademarked RayGun Limited before the Olympics.
Yeah, but imagine that. You're running around the backyard playing with the kids. Is that a Nerf gun? No, it's a ray gun.
I can understand why she would like to
Of
trademark
course.
the name.
And even if she did nothing with it, other people shouldn't be able to trade off that.
Yep.
Don't you
But
think?
is anybody, no one is, are they? And I wouldn't suspect that anybody has thought outside of RayGun, I'm going to launch a range without having RayGun involved. Is anybody going to milk that?
Someone will.
Bloody anything for $1, mate.
Oh,
20
I
$20
know. You
bucks.
can't trust
Do you-
anyone.
Oh, economic headwinds.
Do you think in 50 years' time she'll be able to auction off that tracksuit and make a lot of money? I think without a doubt.
Do you know what?
Maybe.
Do you know what sort of dilutes or weakens the position of the tracksuit? John Howard was doing it for his brisk morning walks out of Kirribilli for a long time.
That's right.
He did
Before RayGun did the kangaroo.
Can wear a tracksuit.
Oh, he nails a tracksuit in
My-
a fast walk.
My Make Coney Famous T-shirt is worth around about $18 now. Gone up.
Do you remember that?
I don't get it.
Do you remember Make Coney Famous?
No.
It was a viral video about Coney, who was a warlord who had captured a whole lot of kids. There's a serious side.
A real warlord.
Yes, there's a serious
With
side
real
to Coney.
children?
And this guy came out with an idea of famous people always have the attention on them, so let's draw the attention to this guy Coney.
And it worked.
And it worked. The whole world was talking about Coney.
And what happened to the children? Yes, Fitz.
Well, remember we had to paint the town red.
Yes.
There was going to be this huge night, but unfortunately the guy that put the viral video together, he lost the plot and he ended up nude in the street, got arrested, Kate.
Yeah.
He was naked and just went off the rails.
Yeah.
And
None of this makes sense
No,
to
it
me.
doesn't. But he sold...
The nude guy, he was planning a party for Nova.
No. So he then sold Make Coney Famous T-shirts to raise money for the campaign.
Is he from America?
He's from America. So this was a massive viral campaign of a video demonstrating what Coney overseas is doing. Then there was going to be one day, they picked the date.
That wasn't me. That was Tommy.
They would pick a date where they were going to make Coney famous, a special day.
Great.
And unfortunately, I think his name was Jason Russell. He was nude, standing at the lights, playing with his Dodger. And that's when the police grabbed him and said,
Dodger. I haven't heard that for a while.
make Jason Russell famous.
Has there been a documentary made on it? Kate, we'll show you the viral video. It
Please
it
do.
went
I mean,
crazy.
I've got heaps of time this afternoon. Let's get
You're gonna love the
do a
Coney
deep
video.
dive in Coney.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Breaking news overnight. Could this be the brand new romance that everybody's been wondering? Has Hugh Jackman found love again?
I just don't think he would throw himself into a relationship straight away, would he?
Well, it's been over a year since he filed for divorce from Deborah Furness. After they decided to go their own ways, 27 years they were married. The greatest showman. The greatest Aussie.
So you're about to give us some information on this woman. I tell you what, she better live up to our Australian standards.
Well, the great news is her name is Sutton Forrest. Sutton Foster.
Sutton.
Yeah.
That's a surname, isn't it?
Well,
Sutton. I've never heard of a Sutton. Have you know someone called Sutton?
Well, if you put it as if you put the last name as the first, then it's going to end up as a first name, isn't it? This is interesting because she is also a Broadway star. She won a Tony Award. She's a Tony Award-winning actress. And she starred alongside the great Hugh Jackman in The Music Man in 2022.
Can you have a look, Tommy, what Sutton Foster's been in? Like, what's some of the big Broadway shows?
Yeah, sure. Actually, Che on our video team.
The Chaz bag.
Yeah, Che knows all about her, doesn't he? Is that right?
Chaz, when he heard about this news, he said, I'm
It's
her
Che,
biggest
mate.
fan.
It's Che.
Chaz, are you there? If you're listening,
It's Che,
is it? Che, if you're there, could you cut? Here he is. Now,
Che performs himself.
yes, he does. He's into theatre and music, so this would mean a lot to you, Che.
Of course.
So tell us about Sutton. Is it Foster?
Sutton Foster. Sutton Forest is a
Different, very different.
very different.
And a great spot in the Southern Highlands.
Correct.
Some good mushies at Sutton Forest.
Okay, mate.
No, she's a beautiful Broadway actress, and she's been in many, many things. She actually played the original Princess Fiona in Shrek on Broadway.
Did she?
Yeah,
Wow.
she originated the role on Broadway. So she's got a little special place in my heart because you like to
yes.
tell everybody that I played Shrek.
You did play Shrek. What was the production you were in?
As in Engadine, wasn't
Engadine,
quite Broadway.
Shrek the musical. But what's interesting is it could have been you yourself or Hugh Jackman that she went after. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things when you're in a show with someone, you do tend to fall in love with people that you play a love interest with. Shut up. I know what you're about to say.
Donkey!
Shut up. And
Get out of my swamp.
you could tell. And it takes on a whole new meaning,
Doesn't it?
Jess did her little tease this morning and said, Whip's going to tell you who he's dating. And I said to Jess, is it Sutton Foster, without even knowing?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So have you heard rumours prior to this?
You could tell when they did things for Music Man together, they would do interviews and stuff with Playbill, and you could tell.
You could see the love.
a little sparkle in the eyes.
How good are you at spotting love?
Totally.
Have you got an update though, Whip? Because I did read this story as well, and isn't there rumours that isn't she married and she might be trying to get out of her marriage?
You're spot on. She is married to a screenwriter called Ted Griffin, and they have just filed for divorce. So that took place on the 22nd of October. So that was 3 days ago, which would now make it official that she is possibly single again, and maybe that was due to the romance that was happening behind the scenes.
I don't know. It just seems.
I don't want to jump to conclusions. I would hate to jump to conclusions.
Tooting trumpets from the Music Man.
It feels a bit icky to me.
Which part?
If she was married, like Hugh's just coming out of a long-term marriage. It's been a year, I understand, but she's married. Now she's just got divorced. You wouldn't go into it so quickly.
Yeah, but you don't know how long things have been going on behind the scenes, do you? How long ago was the musical that they were in?
The Music Man, about
2022.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
So that's a lot of building love.
Yeah,
isn't
but,
it?
you know, these things
That's
you don't know
musicals.
whether the husband was like estranged for a while before they did divorce.
That's exactly right. How are we to know what's going on?
Yeah.
Was that the production? I am the Music Man. I come from down your way.
And I can play. What can you play? I can play the Saturn Foss. Hey, Che, congratulations on all your musical career too.
Thank you.
In the Engadine work you did.
Thank you for coming and seeing me and supporting me too. It was really lovely.
Well, I knew you were happy with Donkey. There was a lot going on behind the scenes there, wasn't there, Chazbag?
Thank you.
All right, mate, off you. See you, buddy.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We're very excited about this because this young lady plays for GWS Giants. They take on the Fremantle Dockers this weekend. Walyalup, it's Indigenous round this Saturday. If you have not been to the AFLW at Henson Park yet, it is such a great day out. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster, and playing for the GWS Giants is Emily Peace. Emily, welcome.
Hey, Em.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. I'm super excited to be here.
You're a superstar. How's the team holding up?
Yeah, we're doing pretty well. I mean, had a tough couple of weeks, I guess, not having too many wins on the board. But, yeah, just pretty happy with how our improvement has been over the last couple years. If you ask anyone who's watched us, especially last year compared to this year, it's just heaps of growth. And so, yeah, just looking to
I love that.
continue
Is that the kind of chat then you have, like, you know, wondering how you kind of come back from those things and how you keep morale up and moving forward?
Yeah, it is a big talking point for us, especially. I mean, off winning, you get a lot of momentum, so we kind of have to build that ourselves, which can be pretty hard if you are losing multiple games, but we've been able to see that we can match it with some of the best teams in the comp. It's just being able to do that for a whole game. But, yeah, we can pick the positives out of every game and keep building from there.
I want to ask you how you do this, because a professional footballer, the amount of training, the amount of meetings that you go to, tactics, game plan, all that kind of stuff. And then on the side, is it true you're working at Taronga Zoo, Em? Is that correct?
That is true. I work in guest experience at Taronga Zoo.
Awesome.
Great.
I love that.
Oh, and there's plenty there.
Oh, there's some great options at the zoo.
You've always had a love for animals?
Yeah, I was one of the kids growing up that said, I'm going to be a vet when I grow up, and always wanted to be a zookeeper, but I guess you never really know that pathway when you're younger. So I'm currently doing a Certificate 3 in Exhibited and Wildlife Animal Care, which is kind of my qualification to then hopefully become a zookeeper a little bit further down the track.
Can I ask you?
Go on.
What do you think of the capybara?
Overrated as the world's largest rodent.
It's a massive rat.
Yeah, they are pretty funny to look at, but you watch them and they're just hanging out.
Cute, are they?
They're pretty cute.
There's quite a few capybaras that work here at Nova as well. And
Not quite as cute, though, are they?
Rats.
there's so many great experiences at the zoo, and you look after them. But can you give us one? Give us one that is there like a romantic couples weekend that you can do, or
Meerkats is always good.
What is the best experience at the Taronga Zoo that you reckon that anyone can do?
Oh, I haven't done it personally, but I've had some like staff and people that I know stay at our wildlife retreat, which is
amazing.
Very incredible, beautiful views from the apartments and getting some behind the scenes tours and things like that. So that's something is very special. If you're not looking to do something like that and you just want to come for a day, I'd say probably one of the best things is our seal presentation.
Awesome.
Which
is Bondi the seal still there?
Yeah.
Can I also ask a question to the room, because I did this not long ago? I feel really smart saying this, Em. Do you know which animal it costs the most to feed at the zoo?
Is it the elephants?
No.
That would be a
I
good
did.
guess.
We went over this the other day in
Did you?
class.
Is it the... Just tell us.
Koala.
Oh, yeah, I was
Is
about
it?
to say
Yep,
that.
because they have particular type. There's 80 different types of gum leaf.
And they only eat 2.
Sometimes 1. So you need to have a plantation for that one species of gum for that one koala.
Yeah,
Fussy.
they are very picky.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry we're just talking to you about the zoo. I
No,
know
I
we're
love
meant
it.
to be
We are.
talking
Yeah,
about
who's the biggest
football.
animal in the team? Who costs the most to feed at the club?
Well, Em, if you ever win a premiership, I think you are hiring out the wildlife retreat and you're having your wacky Wednesday there. That'd be amazing. Imagine just
surely.
partying with the animals.
Oh, roar and snore.
Get everyone down.
Be great fun.
You can catch GWS Giants take on Walyalup this Saturday at Henson Park. If you want to go get your tickets, go to ticketmaster.com.au. Emily Peace, thank you so much for coming in.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Sam.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Are you ready
Yeah.
to riddle? That was a question for Sydney, Tom.
Sorry.
Is it your shadow?
No.
Oh, damn.
That was actually on the sheet. It was actually on the sheet. And I looked and I went, no, because Fitzy's going to say, is it your shadow without hearing the riddle? That's because we know each other very well. Here we go. What overpowers you without hurting you?
Smell.
No. Good thinking.
Anger?
No.
What overpowers you?
What overpowers you without hurting you?
Temperature. Heat.
Not a bloody security guard.
The breeze or wind?
No.
That could hurt
What did you say, Kate?
Smell. Odour.
No. No.
Fragrance.
Maybe I just thought I heard it.
Oh, did I say it?
I don't know.
Temperature.
Can happen a lot for those in breakfast radio.
Oh, tiredness. Weak. Fatigue.
Sleep. Yep. Kate Ritchie.
Well, it could hurt you if you fall asleep
Could
at the
hurt you
wheel.
if you don't wake up.
Well, that's true. Or if you fall asleep standing up. What about this one? Who makes a move while being seated?
Oh, is it something to do with a chessboard?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was going to say, yeah.
Just a little bit. 2 from 2. Richie goes bang.
Checkmate.
2 from
I
2.
love this. 2.
What about this? I have an eye, but I'm blind.
Needle.
A sea, but no water. A bee, but no honey. And a why, but no answer? What am I?
The alphabet.
Ryan James!
Did you know that one? I mean, you knew it, but had you previously heard it?
Do you want one
I
more?
think it
'Cause I
is
feel
a-
like-
Yeah, let's
You
do
want one more?
Because we don't have Monday, do we?
No, Mandy's still on annual leave.
She's in Vegas again, is she?
From Riddle Time. Yeah, she is in the UK.
Yeah, give
She
us one.
would be neck deep in a nightclub in Ibiza as we speak.
Oh my God! Like ordering
Vodka,
champagne,
Red Bulls.
champagne bottles with sparklers coming out of the top.
for you. Everybody gather round.
All right, Mandy. Come on, Mandy, pull your head in. What speaks every language in the world?
The mouth.
No.
The tongue.
No.
That is.
That's clever.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah,
It's the
thank
correct
you.
answer.
It's not the correct answer.
The voice.
So close.
The voice box.
No.
You,
What speaks
Right.
every language in the world?
What's that?
a human.
Ollie's pretending to be a
dog.
fox or a dog.
Oh,
no,
animals.
Ollie, not an animal.
Very cute dog, though.
What, Ollie with his
Yeah.
hands up his ears and his tongue hanging out?
I would.
What
I
kind
would
of
get
dog?
Him, I would get him from the RSPCA. if he
Oh
was
my
looking
God,
at me
free
like
to good home, that bloke, I reckon.
Like a little Labrador
Yeah.
puppy.
Can you repeat
Chocolate.
it, please?
Little rat dog, I reckon. What speaks every language in the world? In the world.
13, 24, 10 if you know the answer.
Oh, the countries.
Sorry?
Sorry, didn't mean to. The countries.
No. What speaks every language in the world?
An atlas?
world.
An echo.
Kate Ritchie! Na, 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 na.
That doesn't
Na, na,
make
na,
sense.
na, na, na.
Talk us through it.
Be very careful when you're talking to the Riddle Factory now.
Yeah.
It does
Why?
make sense because the echo is the language that it echoes. Whatever is said can be echoed in that language. So the echo is talking back to you in whatever
No.
language you speak.
Deliver the riddle again. Deliver the riddle again.
Make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Go say it.
There's a Riddle Time protest. What speaks every language in the world? An echo.
No.
It has to. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
An echo doesn't speak.
Thank you for playing Riddle Time. It talks back to you, Ryan James.
Oh, my goodness. No.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
You might be in the car now.
Probably are.
Maybe you're running late for drop-off. I mean, I don't know if you've got an 8:30 drop-off or the kids start school after 9 o'clock. They tend to taper things like that, don't they?
You don't need to rush either. If you're thinking you've got to get there on time, don't worry about it.
I'm thinking about doing some manies this afternoon with the boys.
Really?
Manies. Remember when you used to just drive
Not
up and down
really.
the Esplanade? I used to love manies.
I never really did that.
I wasn't a big
I wasn't a
manie.
main guy.
The rangy wouldn't get down to the beach, or
No, I mean, we did a bit of car park time. Do you guys do that? Where you just go out and hang out in the car park?
With your
by
mates.
yourself.
No, you go with...
At the Macca's car park.
No, not really car park, like car parks. Like we'd go to the park and just pull into the car park and go, man, have a look.
We used to hang out at
going on
Macca's car park,
Did
Kate.
you?
Listen to Cypress Hill, Black Sunday. Great
Did you?
album.
I think we used to go.
Where'd you
drive
go and
down-
hang, man?
Down the Ingleburn bush.
Oh,
No,
yeah, look
I
out.
don't
Is that
know.
what you call
I
it?
made that up.
What are you getting up to in the bush? What are you guys?
Yeah,
Looking at like the nature.
Yeah, that's good. How good's nature? Yeah.
I love.
Love nature. Love the
How did
Ingleburn
this,
bush.
how did
How
this end
old
up
was
in
nature?
the Ingleburn bush? No, my boyfriend. How cute's this? And didn't go down the bush. Just.
Out of context.
Thank you, Jess.
But the he had a red Sigma. Oh. We go to McDonald's, me, Big Bad Shano, and Matt. And then
Plenty
we go
of
and
room
play
in the back?
pool. Not in the Sigma.
Not in the Sigma, mate.
Not in the Sigma.
Not in the Sigma. Anyway, let's move
Terrible
on.
name for a car.
The Sigma, they're amazing. And you could get them in an orange as well. If you've got an orange Sigma, DM me a photo
Really?
of the car.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
of
not
you.
of the Ingleburn bush.
No, I just want to talk about this mum who's come up with a brilliant idea because she is absolutely jack of driving her kids around all the time. Now, you're meant to do that, of course, when they're toddlers or when they don't have a licence of their own. You can't put them on the bus. But then when they can, you can just, like... I only have one child and I feel as though I'm racing around all of the time.
Yeah.
Imagine these people who've got, I don't know, 2 or 3 kids, mixed, like, you know, they have sons and daughters, so they're not all just going to dancing or soccer or whatever it is they play. They've got one kid, you know, she's going to AFL training and he's going to basketball and all of that kind of madness. So she's decided that if you want to get in the car with mum and you need to go somewhere, you have to treat this like an Uber and you're going to start paying.
So they should. Is that when they go, don't worry about it, I'll get on a Lime bike. I'll take a Lime bike.
Will they get on a Lime bike and then they get on without a helmet?
Yeah, get on a Lime bike.
Lime bike only takes you so far, and they're only around the city. You can't go out of the city too far.
Can't you?
Lime
No.
bikes, they're everywhere.
No, they're zoned.
Really?
Do they
Yeah, they're zoned.
just collapse or something? Or
Yeah,
is
they
it
stop. They stop
like-
when you go past the zone.
Like your shopping trolley
Really?
leaving the supermarket. How bloody annoying is that?
Well, because
If you pull a shopping trolley backwards, the wheels will turn. I do that.
Do
I
they?
drag it up the street backwards from the front, holding on like a possum in a cage.
what up the street to your house?
To
Are
the-
you one of
to the
those people
car.
that take the trolleys to the house?
No,
I
no.
hate
When I'm
that.
parked on the street outside of the supermarket and the wheels lock up, I drag the thing to the car.
I saw a woman at soccer training or it was a soccer game the other night, and she must have had like 4 kids, someone else's kids as well. There were 4 sons at soccer, and she'd obviously found one of the green Woolies trolleys, and rather than try and drag them across the footy field, she'd put them all in the trolley and she was just pushing them across.
That's a great idea.
Here's an easy way.
I mean, I don't support
Get
the
in, you
theft
idiots.
of trolleys, but like seriously, Mum, you are a thinker.
Can I bring up something? A mate of mine was in San Fran the other day. It's perfectly normal to see a driverless car on the streets of San Francisco. What's it called?
Wago. Would you jump in
That's
it,
the name
though?
of the company. Yeah, you would.
It freaks me out.
They're everywhere.
Why would you? Well, I wouldn't.
Do you know what the amazing
No.
thing is? This is the Wago. Look on it. Anyway, the future of it is that your car will be able to drop you at work and then go home. So the other thing your car can do, your car can drop you at work, and then while you're at work for, say, 8 hours, your car can act like an Uber and drive other people around. So your car can make money for you while you're working, and then come and pick you up at the end of the day and take you home.
Any of this.
That's the future.
You won't have any problems at all
Waymo.
with someone being in your car with no one else in there. I mean, there'll be no spillage and there'll be
amazing.
no one taking advantage of it.
Yeah, but what about everybody that parks at work and it costs them money to park on the street?
But then if your car leaves work and you work somewhere like this, you've then spent $5,000 on tolls while you've earned $500.
But you're not in a hurry to get anywhere, so take the long streets, right? Take the long route home, then your car comes and picks you up again.
Do you say route?
Route. Route. Route.
You're an idiot. Thank God it's Friday.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I've got a question for you.
Go away.
I wanna-
Go ahead.
2346 is my PIN number. Dumb. That was stupid.
Damn.
Go away.
Does that mean you just said what you were thinking accidentally?
No, that wasn't. I was like, go ahead, but I threw away.
No,
in
that's
there.
okay. You don't need to break it down. Break it down. Okay, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Did start watching him on the television last night. I got my 10-year-old to help me put the movie on. We have begun Titanic, of course,
Can you play a bit of Titanic music, Jess, please?
in honour of Kate Winslet being in the country, brand new film.
Best Leo movie. I know, just throwing it out there, but just best Leo movie.
Basketball Diaries. Is that what you're going to
Diaries
say?
is very good, yes. The Departed is very good.
Fitz, the one where he's
Inception.
the one where he's at the table and he smashes the glass. He's wearing black tie.
Django Unchained.
Django Unchained.
God, he's done a few, hasn't he?
Very good, isn't he?
And which is what I realised again, scrolling through the Kate Winslet options.
He's done a few.
He
What's
has.
Eating Gilbert Grape? I think that's what put him on the map.
That was like his first big film,
It
wasn't
was
it?
amazing. And so not only have we followed his film career, what about Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, yeah.
man,
Sorry,
that's
Kate.
good.
Well
like, amazing. That's...
Which scene
The
do you think he
scene in the car,
where
out
he's
of
driven the car?
He's trying to walk. I mean, it's the most horrific thing,
Dragging
and it's so awful, and like is the worst part of society. Well, not the worst,
Yep.
but it's right up there, and it is hilarious. I mean, he's brilliant, isn't he? And with no experience.
And the moment where he says, "How do you know it was me in the car?" What do you mean I crashed the car?
Well, if you haven't seen it before, just pop into King's Cross at about 2 a.m. tomorrow morning and you'll be able to see a few
What
people
about,
reenacting.
what about when he wakes up on the aeroplane and he's strapped down? He doesn't know what he's done the night before. Oh, what an animal.
Okay, Leo, brilliant. So we followed his films. We've also followed his love life.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Naturally.
a big Hollywood star. And I hate to say it, I don't know if you've noticed, he has a type.
Yeah, they're about 27.
Yes,
and
which
they're
is
thin.
this is and blonde. The joke is that once they turn 27, they tend to
it.
kind of their used by date, I
Well,
suppose.
yeah, it feels like that at times, doesn't it?
Has he ever been out with an older woman than 27? I don't think
Well,
he has, Kate.
well, this is why I'm bringing the story to you. He has been spotted with a brand new girlfriend, actress, singer. Her name is, let me get it correct, Tayana Taylor.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, these reports have just surfaced. He's reportedly spent the evening with the actress singer.
Oh my gosh.
They're hanging out. They were in New York until the early hours before leaving together. A source has said that they were dancing very closely. They hung out the whole night, pretty much in a corner together. And she's 33.
That's disgusting.
So, I know.
Disgusting, Leo.
I don't know if it was because it was
You've lost me.
he was in the nightclub and it was dark. There were jokes about the fact that he left with her because it was very kind of him to make sure that the elderly woman got home.
Yeah,
okay.
was she on a Zimmer frame?
So she was drinking prune juice.
A bit of life being
Home to get her Metamucil.
Does he imagine when he wakes up in the morning and realises his mistakes?
She doesn't look 33, though. She looks younger than that.
Very attractive.
Let's have a little listen to a bit of her work.
I'm sorry if I made you feel less than who you are, a little insecure. Oh, you're the shiny star.
Talented young woman.
Sounds old. Sounds very old.
When I went through the list of like all of the girlfriends, there's like 20 or 30 girlfriends, and these are the ones we know about. He does have, I mean, good luck to him. This is not a criticism.
No, go for it, mate.
At least he's living his life, and he's not, from what I can see, he's not solely attached to one person.
No.
I mean, some people are married, live in Hollywood, and still act like this.
Well, that's true.
Whereas a single guy, he can go on holidays to Saint-Tropez with whoever he wants. They tend to be in their 20s. He's dated Blake Lively. In the old days, it was Helena Christensen and all of those like 90s or, the 2000 supermodels.
Giselle, he went out with as well before Tom Brady.
She was 18.
18. Do you reckon there's a moment where his mum has pulled him aside and said, Leo, I know, but you know what? You're getting to the age now that I would love grandchildren and you need to settle down.
You're going to need to look in the 30s. I mean, he walked out on her that day in the conversation and hasn't spoken to his mum since. But at least he's taken the advice on board, and now he's found a girl that is in her 30s.
Well,
What a lot.
No,
So, okay, I'm not going to. So we heard a story of an actress that he did a movie with, right? And she, after the movie had wrapped up, this was a few months later, she was back in Australia and got a phone call. She was with a girlfriend, got a phone call from Leo saying, hey, we're having a party, we're going to Vegas. Can you jump onto a plane for me right now? She grabbed her best friend. They went to Vegas, right? And Leo was there with all his mates, and they were handing out. One of them was, I think, Toby Maguire was there.
That's
is that
right. Yeah,
Webb?
that's
this
right.
Is the story. And they were handing out money. You can go and have a gamble. He hired out this part of Caesar's Palace that no one else could get into at the pool, Kate. So they're by themselves. And they're like, here, go and use this money and you can go and have a bit of a gamble in the casino. And she goes, I don't really gamble. And he goes, hey, I'm giving it to you. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to bet with it. It was $10,000.
A chunk of cash, like he had a sports bag on the private jet.
Wouldn't you just go shopping and buy a handbag? Why would you put it on red?
And she didn't go and gamble. This is the thing. She just kept the $10,000. Yeah. When they got back onto the private jet, Whip, is that right? And she was like, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't bet any of your money. Do you want the $10,000 back? And one of Leo's mates opened this suitcase. It was just full of cash. And he goes, no, I don't need it.
Don't worry about it. We had a win. Yeah, I'd be worried if I had that much money that someone would rob me.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, that is just unbelievable.
That's a great story.
It is.
Getting a phone call to take a private jet to Vegas.
Once again, where are these people?
Why are they calling me?
Do you reckon Richard White would do that?
No.
Richard Wilkins would.
Richard Wilkins would.
Fitz in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.